Hi, in this video I'm going to be showcasing the Akimichi or Kerada bloodline in Shindo Life or Shinobi Life 2. Before we get started though, I just want to give a big shout out to all my mods on Discord, and this time I mean all of them. Mod applications, as I'm recording this video, are actually closing, so for those of you who have applied for mod, congratulations. You're probably a mod by now, and if you didn't, oh well, maybe I'll open the map up back in the future once we have more Discord members to moderate. But also, only 2% of everyone watching this video is subscribed. So the chances of you, and I'm talking to you, being subscribed are pretty low. So if you wouldn't mind going down and checking that you're subscribed, that would really help the channel out a ton. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah. Ooh, and also, I'm actually going to be streaming soon. On Twitch, actually. I might stream on YouTube, but I'm gonna stick to Twitch just because it's like a streaming platform that specializes in streaming, I guess. So if you guys want to go to my YouTube channel page or into the description of this video, you'll find my Twitch link. I haven't put anything up there yet, but maybe in the future I'll stream, so go follow that account. But other than that, let's get right into this Akimichi showcase. Okay, so first things first, let's go over the moveset of the Akimichi bloodline or Genkai. So the first move is expansion style Fist Implode. Now this move, basically, you have a giant fist, and it expands, and it's kind of like the Ash bloodline's pike, I guess you could call it, or pole, or staff. It can do a total of around 40k damage, I believe, requires 12,000 chi, and has a cooldown of 14 seconds. The second Genkai, or Genkai move of the Akimichi bloodline, is expansion style Human Boulder. Now, I'm sure you all know of the Human Boulder if you've watched Naruto, but basically, you expand and your legs kind of shrink and you turn into this giant ball, and then you roll around, dealing pretty high damage, and it's actually a pretty good move for war mode, so I'd really recommend using it there once you unlock it. The final move of the Akimichi bloodline, and probably one of the coolest moves actually, is expansion style Body Deform. It requires 18k chi, has a cooldown of 30 seconds, but as it says, it's pretty self-explanatory actually, but you basically expand outwards to a massive version of yourself and just kind of punch the ground for a bit and then belly flop pretty much. It's actually kind of fun to use on top of the war mode mansion because you can jump off of it, but yeah. Now finally, we've got the C-spec, or the mode of Akimichi. So it actually is in your C slot and not your mode slot, which is interesting actually. So you can have this and a mode equipped, but this is what it looks like. It actually looks really nice, and it moves really nicely too. Sadly, you cannot fly with it, but you do actually have these really nice wings. I'll go way over this mode at the end of the video, as well as its special move and its special attack, I guess. But without further ado, let's just get right on into each move, I guess, in depth. Okay, so now that we're here, we're going to be using the expansion style Fist Implode. So right off the bat, if you just use it like this, it's kind of like an AoE type thing that deals 18k damage, and you can get a max of 2 hits on an opponent or like a NPC. So if I just back up for a minute, you can actually hit multiple NPCs at once. So if I use it again, like so, boom, boom. And yeah, I got 2 hits on one person and 1 hit on the other. So it's actually a pretty good move. Okay, chill out, man, chill. It's a pretty good move, to be honest. I would not really recommend it for PvP. However, it does get your opponent away from you. So if you need like a move that creates some distance, like here you can see, like pushes them back a little bit. It's a great move to use. They do kind of have to be close to you though for you to get the double hit. Okay, nope. So let me just use it one more time here. 1 hit, 2 hit, and yeah, you can get a maximum of 2 hits on it or on an opponent. So yeah, it's actually a really nice first move. Now to the second move, and probably my favorite move actually, the boulder move. So if you pop it right here, as you can see, you become a boulder. It is kind of laggy though, but as you can see, you deal damage to you can deal damage to an infinite amount of targets. The boulder only lasts for around 5 seconds though, and it's also really good if they're all kind of lined up like that. So if I just use the boulder here, and boom, you can hit them like this, dealing around 8k damage, I believe, per hit. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get more than one hit on someone, but it does mean that when the boulder is used, like, it takes like a 1 second cooldown per hit on each person. So if I use it one more time right here, like so, as you can see, 8k damage, and you can kind of like do this weird thing with your mouse where you hit everyone. So I'd say, yeah, it's actually a really nice move. Now on to the final move of the expansion style, or the Akimichi, Bloodline, or Genkai, the expansion style body deform. Now for this move, you're definitely going to want some distance, but you just pop it like this, and you kind of run around dealing 5k damage, and then a massive like belly flop. It's kind of weird. It does have a 30-second cooldown though, so you do have to wait a while for it to regen. But you deal around 5k damage per punch, and you do quite a lot of punches, so I'd say that's actually really good. And then you also deal a 12k damage belly flop, so if you land on them with your belly flop, you can deal 12k damage. Kind of a weird concept with the belly flop, but it's cool. It's cool, right? But here it is again, so you can move around with it freely, and then belly flop in whatever direction you're heading in. And then obviously you do 12k damage. So it's a pretty nice final move. Maybe not the best move out of the moveset, but it still is a really nice one actually. It does not really actually use that much chi, it just has a long cooldown. Here it is one more time against just one person, so like that, and then you can belly flop like this over to the other people. It's actually kind of good for getting distance, but to be honest, I'd really just use this if you want to get a lot of distance. Like, you can go so far on this ball. And yeah, those are pretty much all the moves. And now, I guess to finish this dude off, 50k health left, once all my moves regen, I'll do a move combo. Something nice about the moves, actually, you can pop this right away, push him right into the corner, and then pop this, and then just kind of like damage him and get him in the corner. Yeah, and you can just smoosh him against the corner, and it'll do tons and tons of damage if you get them up against the wall. The ball move, obviously, I'm talking about. Yeah, that's pretty much all of the Akimichi moves. Okay, so now on to the mode, or the C-spec of the Akimichi Genkai. So you equip it by holding down C. You do need all the levels of the Genkai, though, to actually unlock it. You need 600 Genkai levels, I believe. But once you've equipped it, it looks really nice. You got the wings and stuff. But let's just get right into it. So you got a stat boost of 2400 chi, 2800 ninjutsu, 2600 taijutsu, and 2300 HP. So to be honest, they're all right stat boosts. You know, you can do better with some modes. I will say though that it's pretty good. But really, it's the moves that make up for the average or mediocre stat boosts. So you've got the right mouse button, or the block, and C spec. And I've moved these guys together to really show how much damage this does. The right mouse button, C spec, and you grow big, and then butterfly punch them. Your wings kind of get broken for a minute. It's actually really cool. But that move itself deals 54k damage at level 1000. That is kind of absurd, actually, how much damage that does. Not to mention that it's an AoE. So like if you got people clumped up together, you can deal so much damage. So if I use it again like this, boom, another 54k. And that's just kind of busted, to be honest. 54k with a 20-second cooldown, that's just kind of busted. But you do have the strong attack of it, so if I let my stamina regen really quickly. So my stamina is regened, and pretty much you use the strong attack like this. You use these massive hands and you like push them, dealing 17k damage. Now this doesn't actually have a cooldown, so like I can just spam it like this, just spam X, and boom, he's finished. But yeah, that's actually a really OP mode. It's like you can pop the butterfly fist punch, and then right after that you can just hit these with the fist to get him away from you. I think they might need to add a cooldown onto this actually, because I'm dealing like 10k damage a second pretty much. But yeah, that's pretty much the butterfly mode, or the Akimichi mode showcase. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. And, you know, check out the Twitch channel. I haven't posted anything on there, but maybe just follow it because you want to, you know. But other than that, that's pretty much the end of the video. Wrap it up right here. Thanks for staying till the end, I guess, and goodbye for now. This has been Raptor Flyer, and I'll see you in the next video. So, bye.